Hello, my name is Xavier Garza, and today I am going to be sharing with you my book, The Great and Mighty Nico. And it goes something like this. Stop wrestling on the bed, Nico, yells his mama. She's mad because Nico's always jumping and wrestling on the bed. And even though she's told him time and time to stop, he doesn't listen, no hace caso. And what makes her even more mad is that Nico lies. He says, it's not me that's wrestling on the bed, Mama. It's the luchadores that are jumping and wrestling on my bed. But the mom doesn't believe him. And even though he's holding two of his lucha libre action figures for his mama to look at, his mama says, those are just toys, Chistosito. They're not real. But it's real, Mom. The minute you leave the room, they come to life. And they've turned my bed into a lucha libre ring. But the mom, of course, doesn't believe him and says the mom doesn't believe it. The minute she leaves, one of the luchadores comes to life, and this one's dressed like a giant bat. And Nico says, Mami, ven a ver, there is un luchador wrestling and jumping on my bed. But the mama doesn't believe him. No le cree. Well, since the mom doesn't know about the first luchador, a second luchador gets on top of the bed. And now there are two. Dos luchadores luchando on Nico's bed. This one's dressed like an Aztec warrior. And Nico says, Mami, ven a ver. But the mom, of course, doesn't believe him. Well, since the mom doesn't know about the first or the second luchador, a third luchador gets on top of the bed. And this is wearing a mask that looks like it's on fire. There are now 1, 2, 3 luchadores wrestling on Nico's bed, but the mom still doesn't believe him. A fourth luchador then gets on top of the bed. This one's dressed like a jaguar and it yells, growl. And Nico says, Mami, ven a ver. There is now 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 luchadores luchando en mi cama, but the mom still doesn't believe him. Well, since the mom told about the first or the second or the third or the fourth, a fifth luchador gets on top of the bed, and this one's just like a calavera, a skeleton from Dia de los Muertos, Day of the Dead. And Nico says, Mami, there is now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 luchadores, but the mom still doesn't believe him. Well, since the mom doesn't believe about any of the luchadores, a sixth luchador gets on top of the bed, and this one's dressed like an Aztec dragon, and it yells, roar. There is now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 luchadores wrestling and jumping on Nico's bed, but la mama doesn't believe him, not even a little bit. Well, since the mom told about the first or the second or the third or the fourth or the fifth or the sixth or the seventh luchador gets on top of the bed, but this one crawls out from under the bed first, because this one is called El Cucuy, and we all know the Cucuy hides under your bed. There is now 7 luchadores jumping and wrestling on my bed, says Nico, but the mom still doesn't believe him. Well, since she doesn't believe about those luchadores, an 8th luchador gets on top of the bed, and this one's doing karate moves on the bed, but his mom still doesn't believe him. She doesn't believe that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 luchadores. Well, since the mom doesn't believe about those 8 luchadores, a 9th luchador gets on top of the bed, and this one's dressed like a rock star. And Nico says, Mommy, come and look, but the mom still won't believe him. So now there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 luchadores. And that's when Nico realized that his mom is not going to believe him. And he says, I have to stop these luchadores myself. So he reaches under his pillow and pulls out his own lucha libre mask. I am the great and mighty Nico, he declares, as he leaps into the ring and declares there are now 10 luchadores wrestling and jumping on my bed, says Nico. Now, what are 10 luchadores going to do if they're all standing in the middle of a lucha libre ring? Pues, they're going to wrestle. Para luchar, it's only natural. They are, after all, luchadores. But just when the fight is about to start, something happens. Something that Nico was not expecting to happen. All the luchadores get together on one side of the ring, and that's when Nico realizes it's 9 against 1. That's not fair. But Nico says, I am not afraid of any of you. I can beat you all. And he does. He beats one luchador, then a second, then a third, then a fourth, then a fifth, and a sixth, and a seventh, and an eighth, and a ninth. So finally, there is only one luchador left. And since Nico is the winner, Nico wants to celebrate. What's a great way to celebrate? Jumping up and down. And as Nico's jumping up and down, celebrating his great victory, who decides to come and look? His mama. And who gets caught jumping on the bed? Nico. Nico, I told you to stop wrestling on the bed. Nico drops down to his bed and pulls the blanket over himself, and he goes to sleep. Because his mama is right. He needs to sleep. He needs to rest, especially if he wants to grow up to become the great and mighty Nico, the king of lucha libre. Tan tan.